Right now, presently, I'm riding a Pulsar NS200 Bajaj.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Uh, and how many rides have you, like, what all places have you been to?
So it's a very hard question for me that how many rides I have done because it's countless I have been through. And if I talk about the places, then I can cover up from Jammu Kashmir, Leh Ladakh, Himachal, Manali, Shimla, Spiti, Rajasthan, uh, Punjab, Amritsar. Recently, I've been to Pakistan and Uttarakhand, Nepal, Bhutan, Northeast, down south to Visakhapatnam, Chennai, Hyderabad. There are a lot more places.
All of this on your bike.
Yeah,
Oh,
obviously.
okay. And how, so a lot of people go up north for their adventures. How
Mhm.
was your Bhutan experience or your northeastern states? How was that?
So basically, I belong from the northeast itself. I am staying in Siliguri right now, and this is my hometown. Previously, I was in northeast Guwahati. So my born and brought up was in Assam. And this is my hometown. Previously, I was in northeast Guwahati. So my born and brought up was in Assam, Guwahati. So yeah, like I have been to Guwahati a lot of time. I have been to Bhutan thrice, and before the lockdown itself, I have been thrice. Like every year, I used to visit Bhutan. Then I have been to Nepal. If I'm talking about Bhutan, it's the one of the most beautiful country that I've ever visited because the people they don't count themselves in the index of money, they count themselves in the index of happiness. So and one more thing that you would be kind of very strange to know about it because a lot of people they don't know is that Bhutan is the only country which produces oxygen and they are a lesser count in carbon dioxide. So the plantation is so much in their country that you get oxygen more than carbon dioxide, and the country itself is very beautiful. People are very like very what do you call that, like they're very happy with a very simple things. They don't need fancy stuffs. They don't need a huge cars or buildings and all. So they're very happy. They're very polite. Their behavior is very good. They always respect everyone, no matter whatever it is. Even if it is an insect, they will respect that life. And if it is a human being, they will respect that life. So in every perspective, I love the culture and the variety that they follow.
So how did you plan this Bhutan trip basically?
So, for the first time in 2017, I have been to Bhutan with a few of my friends, not in bike. So, that point of time, I didn't knew that yes, we can go Bhutan in our own bikes. And once I went there, I have been to Thimphu, I've been to uh, Punakha, I've been to some other places, and it was just a starter, kind of stepping stone kind of thing. So I've been there. I have got some, R&Ds from myself that that whether we can bring our bikes or not, and then we got to know that yes, we can bring our bike. We have to show the bike papers. We have to pay some amount of money for the registrations and everything, and then we can enter. Then for the time being, obviously no one parents in the back of 2017, no one parent will encourage you to take your bike and go to some other country. So they were like very conservative and they were like, no, why should we pay money? You can take money for some other stuff but not for riding and going to some other country. So in 2018, finally I got some group of people from Mumbai, like they're kind of like very known riders to me, so they have come across here and they have asked me that if you can take us to Bhutan and make us explore. Then I was like, okay, you give me the opportunity, I will look after everything. So then we got a very kind of good road trip with around 18 peoples and 11 bikes. We went to Bhutan. We explored a lot of places: Chirela Pass, Punaka Valley, Ha Valley, very close to China borders and everything. So we explored there. And once I did that, so I was getting another one opportunity in the same year back in 2018 that I need to go with their friends again to Bhutan. So it was one more time when I did Bhutan, and in 2019, I again did Bhutan with a group of other my common friends. So yeah, hopefully it is fourth time. Yeah, it is fourth time.
So you became the leader somehow. You
Yeah, a road captain who can show the path, who knows the rule of Bhutan. Like if someone is crossing the road, then it's the responsibility of that car or the vehicle to stop. So they don't have red lights in entire Bhutan. I guess it's only in the Thimphu, and that's in the particular street. You will be finding some red lights, that also maybe one or two red lights, else even the police, they are on the roads but they won't stop you. They don't whistle because they think that it causes distraction to the birds, so they don't even whistle. If it is an extreme condition, then they will whistle. Else they always show the hand gestures. Like if they are asking the that side road to come, then they will just ask in a very polite way. It's not that you have to come like this. It's a very polite gesture. You have to come like this, and if it is a stop, it's a stop. So they are very well dressed. They wear white gloves, blue shirt, caps. They wear a high neck dress and everything. And you have to stop your own vehicle. If the pedestrian is crossing, you have to stop. And when there is no pedestrian, only then you can ride. You cannot honk. You cannot overtake. So there are a lot of rules.
There's a lot of lane discipline there.
Yeah,
That
so
is
there's a zero accident in Bhutan.
oh
So
okay.
but yes, it's sad to see that when people from the other states or the other countries, they go there, then they're habituated with their own country disciplines or abnormalities. So over there they go and they sometimes they ride rash, or maybe they overtake or they honk. But it's so kind of them that they understand that we belong from a different culture, so often they adjust and they accept. Even if they can't, then they come to you. They don't impose any challan or fines. They make you understand that, sir, this is our rule. If you're over here as our guest, kindly try to follow the rule. And then they make you go away with a very good vibe and smile gesture.
Okay. So how did crossing borders work? Was there a lot of was it a
uh,
lengthy process?
Regarding the Bhutan, yeah, regarding Bhutan, so you need to go and park your vehicle in the immigration center. You need to get a person guide. Now the rules are very much changed, but I'm talking about when I went. You need to get a person who will be getting inside the immigration office, and he will be looking after all your paperwork. For that, they take a small minimal charges, and then you need to take your passport or the voter ID card, and then they click your photographs. They ask for how many days you have come to their country, and with a stamp you can go easily. Or if you're getting a voter ID card, then you get a paper and you keep it with yourself. Then you go to the vehicle immigration, and over there your vehicle is even inspected, that whether it is in good condition or not, whether it is a broken or damaged or stolen kind of thing. So those things have been cross checked. After that you get vehicle immigration process. Then once you get the green signal, then you can proceed towards your Bhutan. But now they are charging 1200 rupees per day for a person to visit Bhutan, and they are also imposing different amount of expenses to visit particular things. Suppose we are going to visit their Punakha Zong, then they are charging 1500. If you are going to go Chirela Pass, they are charging 1000 rupees. So for every spot, they are charging different price amount of money, including 1200 rupees per day of immigration. So it is going to be a lot of expenses. So I don't know how many people will go. So that's a big thing.
So where did you stay on your Bhutan ride? What was it, some hostel system or proper hotels?
No, so over there they don't have any hostel culture. They have only minimum three-star hotels, minimum three-star or two-star hotels, and then it goes to five-star, six-star. And you have to pre-book your hotel rooms. You have to get a confirmation from them that so it's so good that they make sure that whenever you're visiting their country, you shouldn't be coming out with or a kind of sad, sad face, because they make sure that you get a good hotel, you make sure that you get a good food. So that is the reason they ask you to pre-book your hotel rooms, so that they don't find any other guest coming out to the country and loitering around with their hand baggage and finding hotels or sleeping on bus stand or airports and all. So they make sure that their country looks clean, and in cleanliness it's very clean. Like, you should once go and visit, only then you will be understanding my emotion for them.
So how long would you, if you go to Bhutan, how long would you stay there? How long is the journey?
See, as a person, as a rider, if someone asks me that for how long you can stay in Bhutan and you can complete the kind of, mostly 80% of Bhutan or 70% of the tourist spots and all, then I can say within 7 to 8 days you can make it. But yeah, if someone says that I am planning a free vacation for you, Niladri, and for how long you can stay in Bhutan, then I might live for 1.5 month or 2 months. I will be there. I will work with the farmers. I will work with the other, cultivations that they do. I will be helping them, and it's amazing. The scenic, the landscape, the geographical factors are really amazing. Like, it's really amazing.
So what was the weather like?
Yeah, it's so pleasant. Like in winters, you get snowfall. You will get all the roads covered up with snow. Maybe by November end or December first week, it start getting snowfall there, and till February or March, you will receive a snowfall. Then it's a very pleasant climate. Like, obviously, it's in the mountains and it's very close to the altitude, the North Pole. So not that close, but it's very close to China and somewhere. So over there, you get a very pleasant kind of climate. It's good actually.
So during your journey, what all challenges did you face?
In Bhutan.
Yeah, and how did you overcome them?
So for Bhutan, it was very smooth actually, because they have a very good infrastructure of roads. The connectivity is good. There will be a lot of cops on the road, not to not to bother you much, but they are there to help you, to guide you. The road signs are very clear, so you don't get lost and all. So for me as a biker, I don't find any challenges. But yeah, if it is some kind of breakdown, that the bike have got punctured or something, if you don't have your own backup vehicle or you don't have your own mechanic, then it might be a some kind of hectic thing to find a mechanic shop, because it's Bhutan and it is less populated, so they have less shop on the roads. They have very less helping hands on roads.
So in terms of challenges, like were there any bike breakdowns maybe that you had to?
No, like I literally I maintain my bike in that level that it it cannot ditch me on the mid road. So I maintain that good.
Your trip always planned? Like when you leave for Bhutan, is it always planned that day
Yeah.
one will be
So
here, day two will be here, or is it spontaneous?
yeah. No, so you cannot go spontaneous with your bike. It's not like India कि मैंने अपना bike लिया backpack किया और मैं निकल गया for 1.5 months 2 months. You cannot do that, but because you are visiting some other country, so you have to be very specific. They have to be very specific regarding your itinerary, for how long you are coming to their country, for how long you will be staying in their hotels. So it's very specific. You have to pre-book. As I told you, you have to pre-book the hotels so that you can stay to the particular locations, and there is no hustle and hodgepodge going around the roads, that people are standing on roads, they're finding hotels, because it's a very limited thing in their country. So they want very specific people to come and enjoy the beauty. But in terms of, if you talk about challenges and all, then I would say yes, Nepal is one of the most challenging roads that they have got, because in Nepal you don't get that much ease to helping out infrastructure regarding the mechanic and everything. The roads are all filled with dust. It's Thimphu and some other surrounding places which are really built up in a very good way. But if you talk about this some outskirt places where you don't find much civilization, there is no roads actually. It's all mud filled with big boulders, rocks, and dust. That's it.
So this is in Bhutan that we're talking about.
No, this is in Nepal.
Okay, this is
No, the roads which are bad in, that is in terms of challenging roads, it's Nepal. So for adventure, you need to go to Nepal and then you can find a really good adventure.
Oh, okay. So you've visited multiple. I also went to your Instagram and I saw that you've been through a lot of villages that are close to the Indian borders.
Yeah.
So how was that? What could you share your experience?
Uh, So basically, when you go to you go to Bhutan, you find a lot of Tibetan people. So mostly they're Tibetans, but yes, you find a lot of people those who can only speak in Tibetan language. So you get to learn or you get to listen to those Tibetan languages. When you go to Nepal, you can find people who are Tibetan who are always been into Tibet, but they have shifted to Nepal. And you will also find people who are Nepali, obviously. So when you go to the border places, you can find the touch of the border sharing countries. Like when I've been to, when I've been to Jammu Kashmir, so the accent that they use, it's quite similar to Pakistan. Like there are a lot of Pakistani movies. If you watch the kind of alphas, the kind of wordings they use, the kind of accent they use, you also get to hear those kind of wordings and accent. When I've been to Pakistan, I literally got to see and hear how the Pakistani people speak. So recently, I've been to Pakistan. That's Sri Kartarpur. So it's a one-day trip. You cannot stay there. You need to immigrate and you need to take a passport and you need to go to the Pakistan border and you can stay for day long and by 4 o'clock you have to come back to India. So I was staying in Pakistan for more than maybe 6 and hours, and there were like some Pakistani stalls from where you can buy clothes. You can get some Pakistani dry fruits. I also got some dry fruits with me, and you can also meet with them. You can talk to them. So it's nice. Like I met some Pakistani families, those who came from Karachi, few are from Lahore. So it was nice knowing them. They take your Instagram handle, they follow you back, and they ask your YouTube channel, they watch your videos. And then when you can see their comments in the comment section box that they're commenting that watching from Pakistan, we met in this place. So those are really nice feelings that you can meet and you can stay in contact beyond boundaries.
Right, that is beautiful. So, what according to you was the best stretch?
Best stretch of what?
Like you're riding on your bike. Which trip
See,
probably?
there are multiple because I feel when you travel with your bike, you meet a lot of people. You come across a lot of landscape. So every place is beautiful on its own version. So you cannot comply that. But yeah, if you ask me to top shot down list of my places which are like really good, so I would say Spiti trip was really good. The Kaza, so basically the road which starts from Kaza to Losar, the visual is really good. After Kaza, the roads are very bad from Losar. But yeah, from Losar to Spiti Cut, there's a point beyond Rothang, Spiti Cut. So those roads were really good. It was like really challenging roads. The landscape are really good. The mountains are of different pattern. If you go to Chitkul, which is the last village of India, that is also very beautiful. If you go Leh Ladakh, the 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 landscape are quite similar. I can't compare them, but yeah, like if you go to the LOC part of Jammu Kashmir, it's really beautiful. If you go to Gilgit, which is Pak occupied Kashmir, it's very beautiful. If you go to Uttarakhand, it's very beautiful. So yeah, there are a lot of places which have shown me a lot of landscape which I can never forget.
So, how do you create your content? How do you go about it for your
So
YouTube
basically,
channel?
before I start my journey, I always do a homework, small homework. Along with that, I also keep a revision in my mind that yes, what all things I have to keep it before making the trip. And once I am into the trip, I always keep a to-do list, a checklist, so that I can cross-check that whether I have done this or not. Obviously, the bike is the main support through which I watch and I go to these places. So I make sure my bike is totally up to date with its engine oil, with all the things that it needs, and then keeping myself fit and fine, wearing a good gloves, good jacket, pants, so that it can keep me safe if in case of any kind of bad circumstances. And then you do the revision, you do the homework, you get to see the places, you make a checklist that what all places you want to visit. That's it.
So what all gears? What gears do you carry?
So basically, I wear Rhinox gears. Rhinox is a company which makes really a good quality gears. So I wear those Rhinox pants, Rhinox gloves, jacket. So I wear good boots so that in case of any fall down, so that my ankle and my foot remains safe, and a gloves obviously, and a good quality helmet, because the helmet is the main fatal thing, because brain is something which is very very sensitive. So to safeguard that, I spend good amount of money after a help.
Right. Uh, so and in terms of like camera gear, do you have any special camera that you carry for your content, maybe?
uh, so for the motovlog setup, I carry a Hero 10, and for normal photographs I have a DSLR. For creating a kind of different looking of maybe a video, I work with Insta360. I also carry a drone, which is Mavic 2 Pro. Yeah, so those are the camera gears that I carry with myself for creating content.
Okay. So there are a lot of first-time bikers probably who want to uh, take up adventures. What would you
Mhm.
suggest to them in terms of what are the essentials they should carry?
So for a bike adventure, obviously they need to get a good gear setup, starting from a good helmet, gloves, jacket, pant, and boots. Apart from that, they have to be comfortable. That whether they're comfortable doing it or not, because a lot of people, they might be capable, and there are few who might not be capable to go some really off-road adventure. Because as we count that all the fingers are not same, sure that your your bike is at a very good condition, so that that is the only support you will be having. So make sure that your bike is at good support, your engines are really working fine. You should be carrying a tire puncture kit, so that in case of any tire puncture you can work on that. We should be carrying some tools. You should be having some basic knowledge about your bikes, so that in case of any malfunction you can work on it, or at least repair it until unless you reach a location where you can find a good service. So these are the small things that you can work on it.
Right. So have you ever encountered something that was very unexpected on your journeys?
Yeah, like every day is not a good day. By saying that, when I've been to Gurudamba Lake, it is in the North Sikkim, and the lake height is around 17,800 feet. So when I've been to there, so while coming, my brake cable, the brake pipe, which consists fluid, it got cracked due to excessive, bad patch of roads. So my front brake was not working. So from Gurdumbar to Siliguri, uh, via Nathula Pass, which is a China border, and Zuluk. So I've come through all those patches without front brake. There was only one brake with me, the rear brake, and with that I have worked. So that was the only one back patch which I can still remember. Apart from that, I make sure that everything is at good condition, and finger crossed that after that scenario, I didn't come across any bad thing.
Okay, that was so I'm done with my questions. Is there anything you want to share, maybe?
Yeah. So if I really want to share that, yes, people should be exploring multiple places. They shouldn't be getting skeptical regarding one particular thing. Like whenever I talk to any people, they're like Ladakh. Like they don't have something to do with down south Goa. They don't have something to do with Wayanad, Kerala, and other. So people don't talk about it. Mostly people, mostly riders, they don't talk about it. They are always like to Ladakh. They are always like to Spiti. I believe those places are really adventurous. Those are really good. But you should be also exploring the no, no, the northeast part. There are some really hidden, beautiful places in northeast which people should go and look for it. People should also explore other countries like Nepal, like Bhutan, like Bangladesh. You should go there, and like you should also visit some really good places which can teach you something different rather than following like a ship, going to only one place.
What are
So
some
that's what I guess.
undiscovered places in northeastern states?
There are a lot of places. Like if you go to Dauki, if you go to Meghalaya, there are a lot of unexplored places. There are some really good treks which will lead you to the root bridge. So those bridges are made by the roots of the trees, and there are some really good waterfalls. There's a Umgot River which is really, literally transparent. Like you can literally see the boat shadow into the river belt. It's so beautiful. It's so crystal clear, and there are numerous places to explore in Northeast. One who can travel across the jungles, he or she can find some really good places, and that might be next into the map. So there are multiple things.
So do you always use a map, follow a map, or when in
Yeah,
northeastern states?
for a particular thing, I do follow map, but yeah, once I reach the location, then even your Google Map doesn't work. Like you do, Google Map is like out of service. You don't have good internet. Your GPS is lost once you're into the jungle. So yeah, in that point of time, it's you who have to find the road. It's you who have to go across the places. But yeah, often while riding into the cities, you can work with Google Map. But yeah, nowadays I have been traveling to Delhi and other places so many times that the roads are literally imprinted in my mind, so I don't use Google Map while going from here to Delhi by bike. Maybe from Delhi to Manali, I don't look for Google Maps.
Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, I am done with my questions. Thank you so much for doing this with us.
Thank you so much for being with you, and thank you. It's a glad opportunity, and I hope so that whatever I have spoken today, it might help other people, and to and I hope so that it will also encourage people to explore some other places apart from some stereotype places which we
That's
have in our
why I
mind.
was focusing more on Bhutan and northeastern because I've heard a lot of stories from Spiti Valley and Ladakh. So I wanted to know more
Yeah.
about other places.
Okay. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Thank you.
much for this.
Thank you, Anuja. Bye bye.
One last request.
Yeah.
If you could just send me a few pictures from your Bhutan journey.
All the photographs that I have covered in Bhutan, it's all mentioned in my Instagram handle. But the only effort that you have to make is that you have to scroll down a bit, and then you will find all the Bhutan photographs.
No, because these will be going in a blog, so I need like the good quality.
Okay, so just give me maybe a day or two time. I will be sending you by the evening or maybe tomorrow,
Yeah, yeah.
because there are a lot of photographs which are really I have to dig into my phone because it's in 2019 and 18 series. So I have to really go down and I have to search for it.
Yeah, yeah, no rush. I was just putting it out there.
Sure, sure, sure. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you so
so
much,
much.
Emily.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye. Bye bye.